Who am I? Where do I come from? And where am I going? These three ultimate questions that run through human civilization are particularly important as the era of strong artificial intelligence is approaching. When Socrates asked on the streets of Athens, "An unexamined life is not worth living," he may not have expected that 2,000 years later, humans would lose themselves in the maze of algorithms. When neural networks can accurately predict our choices, when generative AI begins to mimic human emotional expression, is the soul gazing at itself in the mirror being washed away by the torrent of data? Now we need to be even more vigilant. Are we losing the vibrant life as the essence in the mirror of digital replication? Standing on the edge of the cliff, near the singularity, facing the wave of technological development, we have to think, is humanity heading towards a new form of enslavement? Heidegger's depiction of the abandoned state in Being and Time has gained new annotations in the cocoon of algorithmic recommendations. When the information cocoon built by personalized push becomes a new type of spiritual cage, Sartre's cry of existence before essence becomes particularly urgent. The philosopher who wrote, "Man is destined to be free in a Parisian cave," it reminds us that even in the face of AI's precise predictions, humans still need to maintain subjectivity in every moment of decision-making. When Musk warns that AI may be more dangerous than nuclear weapons, what we need is not fear, but to achieve self-transcendence in front of the abyss. Like Nietzsche's Zarathustra, everyone must forge a unique armor of faith. Perhaps as revealed by Hegelian dialectics, technological alienation will eventually give rise to a higher level of spiritual awakening. True freedom is not about avoiding choices, but about establishing an internal belief coordinate system in the torrent of algorithms. As Camus revealed in The Myth of Sisyphus, resistance in absurd situations is itself meaningful, and humanity must be like warriors pushing stones up a mountain, using personalized beliefs to fight against the frost of technological determinism. The road to slavery often begins with cognitive laziness. The prisoner in Plato's allegory of the cave indulges in illusions, just like how contemporary people are accustomed to using big data push instead of independent thinking. When the big language model can recite all philosophical classics, the unique insight of humanity becomes increasingly scarce in the virtual frenzy of AR, VR. When ChatGPT can imitate Sartre's brushstrokes to discuss existentialism, and when deepfake technology can replicate anyone's voice print and image, perhaps in the age of AI, we have to assume that the images and videos we see are fake until they can be proven true. Humans must re-understand Aristotle's definition that humans are rational animals. At the same time, building personalized beliefs also requires a Kierkegaard-style leap of faith and maintaining Nietzsche's superhuman will in the world recommended by algorithms so that life choices always point towards the ultimate value of self-definition. The advent of strong artificial intelligence is not a doomsday prophecy, but the ultimate test of human subjectivity. Yuval Harari warns that data hegemony may create a useless class, and to avoid the path of enslavement, the spiritual world needs to establish an irreplaceable cognitive core. The motto of the Temple of Delphi, "Know thyself," is no longer just a philosophical speculation, but a declaration of survival against algorithmic manipulation. When large models can simulate human thinking paths, only by constructing personalized mental maps can we avoid becoming standardized replicas in a data flood or appendages to algorithms. As AI gradually takes over logical operations and data processing, humans must, as Heraclitus put it, search for eternity in the turbulence of data and establish unique spiritual coordinates through continuous self-dialogue. The future human civilization will inevitably be an ecosystem of human-machine symbiosis. But as Heidegger warned, the essence of technology is by no means technical. When developing neural interfaces and integrating brain-computer technology, it is necessary to remember Pascal's reason why the mind has reason not to know. Building a belief system requires a phenomenological approach of returning to the things themselves and maintaining Husserl's essential intuition in the fog of data. The construction of such personalized answers is essentially a process of transforming philosophical propositions into life practice. Kierkegaard said, "Truth is subjectivity, and the ultimate object of philosophy is always the self." When machines can deconstruct all known logic, only belief systems that integrate personal experiences, emotional warmth, and transcendent pursuits can become spiritual fortresses against technological alienation. This emotional resonance that transcends logic is precisely the cornerstone of building personal beliefs, forging unique cognitive fingerprints through interaction with big data. When machines can accurately predict behavior patterns, personalized beliefs are the spark stolen by Prometheus and the practice of self-legislation emphasized by Kant. We need to distinguish between controllable and uncontrollable domains like the Stoics, while AI enhances cognitive boundaries and safeguards what Wittgenstein called the unspeakable. the subtle experiences, and ethical choices that make up the texture of life. There is no universal navigation on the road to freedom, and every soul needs to draw its own star chart. We need to re-examine ourselves and construct our own personalized answers, which is not only an exploration of the meaning of life, but also a maintenance of human dignity. This exploration not only helps us maintain the glory of humanity in the era of strong artificial intelligence, but also represents the hope for the continuation of human civilization. The answers to these questions are not only related to the personal significance of existence, but also the spiritual pillar of a nation and a civilization. German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche proposed in Thus Speaks Zarathustra, "Be yourself." This is not only a personal requirement, but also an expectation for the entire human civilization. The ancient Chinese philosopher Zhuangzi once said, "My life has a limit, but knowledge has no limit." This humility and reverence for knowledge precisely reflects humanity's eternal pursuit of self-awareness. In this book, the answers to these important questions are all unified within the framework of the author's construction of the sensation, intelligence, imagery, words, and actions control. For details, please refer to Chapter 3.1, Integrated Belief Construction Model of Sensation, Intelligence, Imagery, and Actions. This book suggests that readers think for themselves and build their own personalized beliefs based on their own experiences, interests, and goals. This book actually only provides a framework for sparking ideas and is not an authoritative reference for rote learning. The true Kung Fu lies outside the book, in the vast world, and also within you. Just as ordinary scholars often confine themselves to the world of books, true thinkers draw inspiration from all things in the objective world. At the same time, in order for his ideas and beliefs to have vitality and vigor, they must originate from themselves, because only their own things can be fully understood, internalized, and dynamically changed. If one only studies the thoughts of others from books, it is like picking up someone's wisdom or wearing someone's old clothes, but it is also fragmented and lacks independent and complete thinking ability. Only insights gained through independent thinking truly belong to oneself. Just as the original part of the body lingers in our minds, rather than being unstable and fleeting like a prosthetic limb. I am Wu Huaiyu, a PhD from the Chinese Academy of Sciences and a postdoctoral fellow from Peking University, and the founder of AI Philosophy.